What is up, boyos? It is a Water Buffalo Man here, back for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle. Alright, so we're going to be taking on the Burst mode, which is the JIREN stage. We're going to be taking it with the Rep 7, Int and Fizz. I'm just going to scroll on through and let you guys see what we have here for the Burst mode stats. We're going to get the score of exactly 6,000. I ran this once already and completed it. Did it off screen just to try it. This is what we're going to run. Let's see. Let me show you everything just a little bit here, guys. And alright, so we got exactly 6,000. That is how you get all of the items. There's nothing above 6,000 this time. This is exactly 6,000. So let's jump right in with this team here and see how well we do. I did it relatively easy, as I was just saying. I got it, no real issue, no items. And I don't think I actually have the key negative against me in this one, so we could probably try to get some key here too. And if we do, I mean, it's Rep 7, so they all link together pretty well for the most part. But we're going to grab some extra key along the way, if possible. And it looks like we're actually going to be able to grab the vast majority of key, which is fantastic. But again, Burst mode, never one of my favorites, because of just how you have to manipulate the teams. And I mean, they're not terrible per se, but it's just not my favorite mode. I would rather run a bunch of anything else, but it is what it is, so we're going to jump on in and do it. Get this done so you guys have the video for it out. There's probably a ton out already, but at least just let me get this out there so you guys can at least have this to go off of for those of you that only exclusively watch this channel for Dokkan content, which if that's the case, that is awesome. Thank you guys. But here is the team I used and how I breezed through it. Like I said, not insanely hard. You're reliant on the Vegeta and the UI pretty much to power your way through it, as well as the Evo Kaioken. Those guys are big in powerhousing through it, so you really need to focus on them, more or less, to get yourself through it. Alright, so as you saw, they almost just took out Topo. We do have the MVP 17 on rotation, Park Ranger 17. So he is supporting this whole rotation with, I want to say 40% defense? And he has his own little damage reduction, plus he greatly raises defense on his super. And I was actually incorrect in the previous video, in one of my Magnificent Battles, or both of them actually. I said the Vegeta massively raises defense. He does not. He greatly raises defense on his 12 key, and greatly raises attack and defense on his 18 key. He does not do any type of massively raising in any way, shape, or form. But the Vegeta does, I mean, double greatly raising defense is kind of nice with 50% damage reduction. Imagine if he massively raised defense. His defense would be way too high for realistically any unit to be able to deal damage to. Because he already sits at a pretty high defensive stat. And imagine if he got 2 supers off, at least 2 supers off, plus got a couple hits against him, so he has his 80% damage reduction. You're doing almost no damage to that man at that stage. So... But we're running, like I said, a Rep 7 team, which is solely tournament participants is the key for this fight. You mainly just want to aim to get the androids to link up with a Goku somehow. Boom, right here, perfect. Give them those 4. I understand I'm having them attack the Vegeta attack them, or them attack the Topo, I'm sorry. But it is what it is. They're going to do a high chance to crit, and with them linking with the Vegeta, I'm hoping they'll do a lot of damage. Because I know they will. The only real issue with the absolute final stage against Jiren is the hardest part. Yeah, there's a nice little crit right there. Nice little crit-a-rooney. Now we just need to see another super. Let's go. I take those. I like supers. Supers are fantastic. It's what we want to see. Alright. Can we get another one? We cannot. Alright, well, we are going to get a super from the Vegeta. Like I said, this greatly raises his attack, which is nice. And since he's linked, I want to say almost probably 7 out of 7 with both of these partners around him, his attack stat is going to be really high. Plus, now he actually has legendary power active, so he's going to deal even more damage on a super. Perfect. UI Goku. Next turn we should have... I don't even know who's next rotation, honestly. It'll be one of the 2 android rotations. Yeah, I know, okay, I got it. Perfect. So we're going to do the androids side by side. We'll probably continue to leave the androids side by side and rotate the UI Goku, and one of the other androids, just so we're trying to constantly get the additional 35% attack and defense on the super. because that'll be ideally the best case scenario if we can continue to stack that. And just the support from this man is going to make a big difference there as we continue on. And right here, this is perfect. Honestly, this is kind of fantastic. Can I give you 6? I'll give you 4 of those key spheres, so that's perfect. I'll give you those. And now, how do you do again? What does it do again? 17 and 18% with 7 or more key spheres obtained. Right there. So we'll just support everybody. An additional amount. I always forget that they get the additional 17 and 18% with 7 or more key spheres. So that's just fire. And with them having a Goku on rotation, they're going to be massively raising their attack on their super attack and defense. So that's going to make them pretty impenetrable at the end of the rotation. So that's kind of nice. And if they could double super, it's mine. I don't think mine can. I think mine's only 55%. So I don't see them double supering, but it'd be fire. These guys triple supering is really good, though. It's going to really beat down on the JIREN. Actually did quite a bit of damage. 24 million from the Vegeta. Type advantage. High chance to crit. This could really do a lot of damage if it wants to. I mean, 20 million. Yeah, I'm not complaining on that. And then 15 million. So right there is 40 million. This man can just go off. This Easy A, these two Easy A's are absolutely nuts. And the fact that they fit on the new superhero team, not new, on the busted superhero team. If you run the Gammas as a 200% lead or even Beast Gohan and this man only at 170% is just ridiculous. It's nuts how strong these two can get. UI is good, really, really good. I like UI. He can hit really hard too. I just don't like his reliant on the dodge. I'm still not a fan of the dodge. The dodge has come in negative for me more oftentimes than not. So I'm not going to talk too negative on the dodge. Everybody knows my opinion on that at this point. We're going to probably... how does my rotation look next turn? No. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to continue to rotate them off. Actually, no, we won't. We're going to do this first. I'm going to put them in slot 1. You in slot 2. We're going to keep rotating UI off, because he really doesn't need to be on main rotation. I should have given them 7 or more key spheres. I completely forgot, because I was too busy looking at the rotation. But that is something you can really do with these guys. But they're going to be supporting next rotation anyway by that additional 35%, so it doesn't really matter too much from that super attack. And 17 hits pretty hard. Let him get hit a couple times, build up that defense a bit. And then UI can just do UI stuff. Like, this UI needs a super easy A, to be realistically honest with you. For him to be somewhat meta, he needs an easy A. A super easy A. Because he's decent, but he's not. He's not up there yet. He still struggles to participate in newer content. Participate? Like, don't know why I chose the word participate, but he struggles with it. These guys, normal easy A is just fantastic. Like, I'm perfectly okay with these two Easy A's and the Vegeta Easy A, no question. Drinking a G Fuel Peach Rings Sonic Edition right now. But, come on. Are they going to finish JIREN off themselves? Yes, they are. Vegeta's not even going to get the chance to participate on this fight. Alright, bet. Alright, now. So, see, here is a little bit of... Okay, so they're going to give him those. Do we have 7 key spheres anywhere? I think I will if I drop down those STRs. I will not, only have 4. That's going to suck. But I think we'll be alright if I go like this. Because they're going to super... Everybody's going to super and raise their defense at least a bit. Plus, these guys gave that additional support of that 17 and 18% to everybody. Plus, you have 17... Oh, nice dodge. Honestly, that's actually kind of clutch dodge right there, because the damage, because their single great really raising super would not have done probably enough to tank a hit. But it would have done alright, honestly. I feel like it would have done okay. But now going into this next rotation, we're going to have to actually rotate the Vegeta into slot 1 because of his immense damage reduction and just let him eat those hits. Like, honestly, we're probably going to have to do that going forward. Yep, perfect. I knew that was going to have to happen. So we'll go like this. Go like those. Take those key spheres. Can I get you at least 3 rainbows? I can. So that gives you 21%. And then we'll give you those at the end. So that gives them... The reason if you keep hearing me say, can I get them key spheres, is because they get 7% damage reduction per key sphere obtained. when there's a superheroes category ally on the same team. So every time I try to give them rainbows is because I'm trying to give them some damage reduction. And by giving them those 3, gives them 21% damage reduction, plus they massively raise their attack and defense on their 18 key super, so that just kind of really balances everything out. It helps them out a lot offensively and defensively by having that damage reduction. It allows them to be put in pretty much any position. That little bit of damage reduction will help, because it allows them to hit these kind of numbers and then do these kind of numbers, so just the double stacking of the defense and the offense makes me feel a little more comfortable having them in some more vulnerable spots. Granted, again, this stage isn't super difficult, it's just I can leave them in a vulnerable position and I'm not too worried about them getting completely bodied. Like if they got supered right here, I would be perfectly fine. Because they've supered 4 times now. 3 greatly raisings, 1 massively raising, and 21% damage reduction. I think they're going to do just fine. They probably are close to almost 1 million defense right now, if I had to take a guess. This guy, on the other hand, I need to keep him protected as much as possible. Because he has not aged too well. And, I mean, the more he supers, the better, because he's raising his defense every time he supers and his attack, so that's kind of cool. But it is what it is with him. 7 key spheres. I need 7 right there. Boom. Support everybody. Give you those. Boom. Give you that. Dang, I was hoping I wouldn't get the Dokkan mode. I did. But it is what it is. We'll take that Dokkan mode with the androids. They're going to be a little weaker because they have that Frieza on rotation, so they are down 7% attack, which could be kind of massive. But I think we'll do just fine. And it took me only 22 turns to beat this the first time. I know that's a lot. But it is burst mode. You kind of have to expect that. But I think we'll do just fine this one. We might actually be able to do it under that 20 turn threshold. See, these guys I'm a little bit worried on. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have been. Maybe I shouldn't have been with that greatly raising. Oh, also I forgot they have him on rotation too. That gives him a little bit of a defense buff as well. He does give out 40% defense. I think it's 40% defense. This Frieza is greatly raising defense on his super, and he does attacks effective against all types when there is a Rep 7 category character on the team, but this is our whole Rep 7 team, so he's perfectly fine. Alright, so let's go like this. Ooh, where can I get more key spheres for you? Right there. See, Vegeta's going to be tanking the super, which is a huge reason as to why I'm keeping him right there. Can I get 7 anywhere? I cannot get 7 anywhere. Okay. So that kind of sucks. But, I mean, yes, it does suck, but we're going to rely on the Vegeta just to super a couple of times. And then he already got hit 2 or 3 times, so he's at almost max damage reduction right now, like near 80%. Plus, he just raised his defense, so I think he got hit twice, so he's at 70% damage reduction right now. He's got a built-in 50, plus he gets hit 10%, damage reduction up to 30 for each turn. So, and it maxes out at 30 every turn, so that 30 will stack on top of the 50, but the most you can get is an additional 30 every turn. So right there, yep, now he has a completely maxed damage reduction. He did 3 super attacks. I was not worried at all. I would be perfectly fine with him taking a Beast Gohan super right there, probably too. To be honest, in that position, I think he would do relatively okay. Maybe not the 5 million Beast Gohan super, because that one would hit kind of hard, like really hard. But the other Beast Gohan, like the Magnificent Battle, I think he'd be fine against. Yeah, these stages were actually relatively hard on the JP side. I don't know why they feel so easy to beat on the global side right now. It may be because of the fact that I, again, am using Beast Gohan and I did not have him when I ran him on the JP side, but also my JP side does not have all of my units link level 10 like I do here. I have all of my units link level 10, actually damn near 100%, pardon language, but damn near 100% everything. So that could be a big difference as to why a lot of my units, these events feel a lot easier for me on this global side of Dokkan. Can you do another? You cannot. Okay, so we have to waste this whole turn. No, actually, this could be a good thing. This actually really could be a good thing. Because they're going to stack that 35% on the next turn. Yeah, so this actually is a really good thing as long as they don't get supered and get bodied in slot 1, which I don't think they will. because now they're going to do this super, which is going to massively raise their attack for this turn and give next turn's 35% attack and defense, which is great because the Vegeta will be in slot 1. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. We actually might beat this a lot quicker than I thought we were going to. But we are losing... Oh, Frieza's in slot 1. Now Vegeta, Frieza. That's fine, that's fine. Actually, that is kind of okay. We'll do that. Frieza's sitting on 350,000 defense. We'll go like that. Let's go. We need to give them 3 key. They got 3 key spheres up the side right there. We'll give him 4. Yeah, let's go like that. We'll give him those 7. Give him those 4. Yeah, perfect. That gives him 4 key spheres. 4. Yep, awesome. It gives him immense damage reduction in slot 3 as well. Only thing is that I hate about this Jiren stage right here is he can lock you in positions, so you can't do too much. But it is what it is. We activated Vegeta's active skill, so he did a little extra damage. He should be doing guaranteed crits on this stage, if I remember right, once you activate the active skill plus 24 key. We need a double super out of him right here, and we only got 1. Of course, the turn we need something, and he dodges because of the 5% luck coming in. But we need as many supers as we can this turn. These guys are fine. I feel like we're going to do alright going into next turn now. Because we know we took that super relatively well. I'm just a little bit hesitant next turn because... Okay, yeah, see, this is not what I wanted, but we're going to have to deal with it. That's 6 key spheres there. Mine should have enough defense in slot 1 that as long as they don't get completely bodied on a super, we should be fine. Can they super first, please? Okay, now I'm a little more comfortable because they supered first. This is like a super support rotation because every unit here supports tournament participants and all allies. So they're all just supporting one another at this moment. And this man is just... Hopefully he'll do well. I mean, almost a million is kind of okay, but it is what it is. Now we're going to lose the Kaioken Blue with the Evo Ken for next rotation. They are not going to be on rotation with the Vegeta, so we're losing Legendary Power. That kind of sucks. And we're putting UI in kind of a precarious position. Precarious? Dangerous spot. We're putting him in a bad position right now. Don't know why I had such a hard time trying to figure out what I wanted to say there. We're going to leave Frieza as is because he's got 259k defense. I think he'll be alright. Yeah, I think he'll be okay at the end of the rotation. If not, we have the Vegeta Revive active, it's stated, but we might not anymore, actually, now that I see that it's not there. But I think the 250k defense will be fine from the Frieza, because he gets an additional 100% when attacking if there's a superclass enemy, which Jiren is, so. And so his defense will, in fact, go up. And a double super from the Vegeta. I could have rotated the Vegeta off, honestly, and put him on that final slot, but I kind of want to keep him on rotation just so he can keep hitting attacks like this. Super. Yes. Perfect. He's supering the Vegeta, just the one I wanted him to super, which is that is best case scenario right there for us. Can you? Nope. Okay. So Frieza did raise his defense because he was attacking a superclass enemy. Okay. Okay. Let's see. If I go like that, that'll give you 21% damage reduction. That will not help you at all. Alright, yeah. So they're going to have 21%. They might take some damage in slot 1. They didn't, surprisingly. But I was thinking they would have taken some damage. Nah, burst mode isn't terrible. Like, I hate it. I say that all the time. But it's just, it's the tedium of the stage, honestly, that just gets to me at that point. I don't mind burst mode. It's not terrible. It's just the tediousness of having to run, like, certain teams, certain parameters. I mean, it's just, again, first world problems or whatever the saying is. The stage is not hard. Luckily, next turn, everybody's going to be slightly stronger. And we should have androids on rotation, actually. We will, and they should be in slot 1. So they can do the unit super attack to buff everybody up going into the final turn. So this guy should be fine. I don't think we've gotten supered yet, which I'm a little bit worried about. I'm not gonna lie. So JIREN could hit hard. Nope. Okay, he's not super in this turn. That is okay. Lock the Vegeta right there. That is fine. I'm not going to complain about that. Give you those 6. 233,000 defense. That's kind of a little bit, but it is what it is. Okay, UI is sitting on about 500,000, but he's also supered how many times now? As long as these guys don't get supered to... Okay, yep. As long as they don't get super pre-super attack, we'll be fine, because now they're going to massively raise their attack and defense. I said we could probably beat this in under 22 turns, but we're already at turn 17, and we're not doing a whole lot of damage. Like, we're kind of struggling a little bit. UI is probably going to be the one that gets supered. But luckily, he got that buff from their super attack, the 35% to stats, and then now he's raising his own attack and defense on his super attack. Can we get a double? No, we can't. Okay. I mean, it is what it is. The Vegeta should hit pretty hard, and we're going to lose Vegeta now for a turn, which is going to kind of suck. But he needs to hit hard as much as he can right now. Like 2 to 3 super attacks, I'm talking. Or 2 normals, that kind of works too. Alright, I guess we'll rotate you like that. Do you link better with them? It doesn't matter. Okay. 4 key spheres there. Give you these. And now I know there's more than 7 here, so we'll give you those as well to give you that additional 17 and 18%. So that should put you back up to 14 million. But the good thing is we're going to have the Vegeta and the Evo Ken on the same rotation. Probably on turn 20 here in a minute or two. The only, like I said, the biggest thing right now is the fact that he locks is really slowing our progression down because we're not able to hit as hard as we should consistently because we don't have all the best links active. Because these guys share quite a bit of links with the Vegeta, which would be making them hit that much harder. But it is what it is. We'll make it work. And the Frieza, and I mean, these guys are going to make it work because they're just doing super after super after super. And then the Frieza in slot 2 got the additional 17% as well. So that's actually kind of nice. And the Android 17 and 18 in slot 3's additional 17% kind of nullifies the Frieza's support that he, or not support, the negative support that he gives out, which is the negative 7%. So the good thing is that kind of buffs him up as well, so he can hit harder. But, alright, so we're almost done. This is honestly a kind of sneaky cool super attack, honestly. I like seeing the Goku appear out of nowhere and just do the Kamehameha and then raise everybody ridiculously. Okay, so this rotation kind of sucks. Not gonna lie. This rotation really sucks. Can I give you... Perfect. That is ideal. That'll buff everybody up. He's sitting on 622k defense. What else does he do? He's got all allies... He's got 17% damage reduction. He is fine. It's going to support everybody. So yeah, that is ideal. I probably could have put the androids in slot 1 just to give everybody that additional 35%. I didn't think of that because I was more or less worried about getting him the key spheres just to do the support of 17%, but it is what it is. But now next rotation is going to be kind of clutch. We should have one of the androids on rotation. If we do, we might actually put them slot 1 if we can lock them in there. If we can't, if we have to lock them slot 3, we'll lock them slot 3 and try to give them the additional key necessary to give off that 17 and 18%. But they're going to be carrying over this 35% here too, so that's going to be kind of nice. And UI, again, just raising his stats. I'm very keen, I always have been, as a player in Dokkan about stacking. Stacking units have always been like my go-to. Is I'd much rather have a high offensive, high defensive stats versus... just, okay, so he locked. We do not have them. Okay, that is a little bit different than what I thought we were going to have. But it is fine. We have the ideal rotation here. We should be okay. This might actually be the final turn if Vegeta can do more than one super attack. This could be the final turn here. If Vegeta and the Evo Kens can do it, we might be able to do this in, I think, in 21 turns. I'm hoping I get the chance to see. 20 turns. 20 turns. So I beat this. If we can beat this turn, I'll beat it 2 turns less than what I did last time. Which I ran this as a test earlier this morning after I struggled to try to beat this stage like 3 times this morning. I just hopped off and just said, you know what, I'm going to lay down. I tried to run it a couple times, and I eventually did happen to pass it. But with this team, got the 6,000 score. Yeah, this turn should be it as long as they can hit one more super attack. Yep, I think we got her locked in because Frieza should definitely do it at the end. Because Frieza has attacks effective against all types, so he's going to pierce that defense. No question. Unless if the Evo Kaioken does it. And there you guys have it. That is how you beat Jiren Burst Mode with 6,000 score or more. Again, not hard. We beat it in 20 turns, which is kind of long. Communication error. What? But there you guys have it. That is how you beat the Jiren stage. Let's see. That's not my fastest time, clearly. But we did beat the Burst Mode. We got all the missions completed because, as you guys saw, we got 6,000. I just got to do this one. I'll probably do this one off screen just to get that free Dragon Stone. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time for more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. See you guys then.